Hey y'all. Alright y'all, today I want to show y'all this article. This is 9 infamous cases of Bay Area children who have vanished. Okay, they've never been found. One of these kids has been missing since 1989, January 30th, 1989. That's 30 years. Okay, never been found. It's very, very sad in cases like this. When the person is never found or a body isn't found or anything like that, okay? Regardless of what the outcome is, they've never been found. And that makes it so much harder for the families and the loved ones to be able to move on. Because over time, like over the last 30 years, I'm sure that this young lady's parents, this young lady right here, I'm sure that her parents have been, just living in hope and, searching for their child for the last 30 years. I can't even imagine going that long and not knowing where my child is. I think it would literally drive me crazy. Um, there's never really a good outcome in missing children's cases. But, however, some people kidnap a kid because they can't have one or whatever the situation may be. Okay, because they want a child. So they go out and they take someone else's kid. Okay, and and when the child is found, then we find out, oh, well, the kid didn't know. The parent took care of the child like as if it was their own. And, the child was given love and stuff like that their whole lives. Okay. That makes it a little easier because that nothing bad happened to them. No abuse, no trafficking or anything like that, So at least, they lived they did live a somewhat of a normal life. But, for the parents, that's still hard to deal with, knowing that, someone stole your chance to be a parent, they robbed you and that child of, a completely normal life, living with your biological parent, receiving the love from them, and and the same thing goes for the parent. You don't get to watch your child grow up, so that is it's difficult in any missing person's case. So I mean, in these children's cases, that's the best thing that I could hope for, is that someone, took them who wanted a child to love. Okay. It's just, I don't know, 30 years, that's a long time for someone to be missing and never be found or anything. So this young lady right here in this picture, her name is Eileen Hopf. 30 years ago, she vanished while walking home from school in Dublin. The 13-year-old girl's disappearance on January 30th, 1989, continues to baffle investigators while her parents hold out hope she'll one day reappear. Eileen left school at 2:30 p.m. that day and likely walked down Penn Drive and turned onto Amador Valley Boulevard. She was last seen walking alone near Village Parkway with her dark blue backpack strapped over her shoulders. Below are 8 other cases of children who have been reported missing in the Bay Area. And there's one that's going to come up that most of us, okay, most of my subscribers are very familiar with, okay. But this young lady right here, well, little girl, she's not a young lady, well, she is a young lady now, but in this picture, she's 4, okay. Amanda Nikki Campbell was 4 years old when she vanished in Fairfield on December 27th, 1991. Nikki was last seen leaving her home with her brother to ride their bicycles outside different friends' houses. This little girl right here, 7-year-old Amber Schwartz Garcia, she was abducted outside of her Pinole home on June 3rd, 1988. Curtis Dean Anderson, a convicted child killer, confessed to kidnapping Amber as she jumped rope and driving her to Arizona, where he killed her and dumped her body, which has never been found. So sad. And this little baby right here is little 2-year-old Arianna Fitz. Okay? A lot of us are very familiar with this baby. We've, speculated a lot, that, we've seen her in certain pictures and stuff like that. But, for this baby's sake, I hope and pray to God someone is taking care of her and loving her at the moment. Okay? Arianna Fitz was 2 years old when she and her mother were last seen on April 1st, 2016. Her mother's body was found in a shallow grave in San Francisco's John McLaurin Park on April 8, 2016. Arianna remains missing. Okay, so this is something that happened going on 3 years ago. It's a very, very sad case. Her mother was found dead in a park, and the baby was never found. Okay? A lot of time has not gone by. Those of you that are not familiar with her, please get a very good look at this baby's face, okay? If y'all see anyone that looks like her, that resembles her, or anything like that, please call 911. Call 911 because it could possibly be her. And her loved ones do want her to come home. They are still searching for this baby. 2 years old. And right here we have Daphne Webb, who was 21 months old when she was reported missing from Oakland on July 10, 2013. Look at that baby. Her father, John Anthony Webb, who reported that she had been abducted after he left in his vehicle and had been the focus of an investigation of the girl's disappearance, was found dead a year later. That's so sad. And this little angel right here, Hasani Campbell. Hasani Campbell was 5 years old when he was reported missing from Oakland on August 10th, 2009. Hasani has cerebral palsy. He was reported missing by his foster father, who said he last saw the child at the rear entrance of a store in Rockridge. And then this little boy right here, 10 years old, Kevin Collins. He was last seen on a San Francisco street while walking home from basketball practice on February 10th, 1984. Witnesses say he was last seen talking to a tall blonde man with a large black dog around Oak Street and Masonic Avenue. And this little girl right here, 9 years old, Michaela Garrick, was 9 years old when she was abducted outside of a Hayward Market on November 19th, 1988, by a man who drove off in a gold car. Despite many leads, including a sketch of the suspect, the case has never been solved. And this young lady right here, 15-year-old Pearl Pinson. She was 15 years old when she was abducted from a Vallejo footbridge on May 15, 2016, by a man who later died in a shootout with police. She was last seen bleeding as she was dragged into a vehicle by her kidnapper. Oh, so sad. Like I said, in these children's cases, all we can do is hope and pray for the best, okay? Yes, the best thing for them to do would have been home with their family who loves them and, you know, will protect them, okay? But, you know, like I said, I mean, it does make it a lot easier when you know that they weren't hurt or anything like that. But this right here, this young lady's case right here just brings chills through my spine. Pearl Pinson, you know, I just, the guy who, you know, kidnapped her got killed in a shootout with the cops, and then she was drugged into a vehicle by a kidnapper, you know, by another one. Okay, so it just, or maybe, I don't know. See, that's where I'm a little confused at now. Okay, it says, she was abducted by a man who later died in a shootout by police. Okay, she was last seen bleeding as she was dragged into a vehicle by her kidnapper. So I'm not sure what the whole story is. I have not read up on this young lady, but I'm going to. Now that I've read this, you know, just to have a clearer picture of what happened, you know, just to be familiar with the case. You know, I hope and pray to God that each and every one of these children are alive. I do hope that, you know, they are found safe and alive. You know, and it's always good. It's always, you know, good to think that, you know, maybe they're, you know, being taken care of. I hate to hear about missing children who have, you know, had things happen to them, or, you know, trafficking, or, you know, any type of abuse. It's just very, very sad, you know. But I wanted to show y'all this because there's kids on here that have been missing for so long. And, you know, as time goes by, a lot of times, you know, the cases turn cold. They get forgotten. Well, I don't want to forget, you know. I don't want anybody to forget. I want y'all to look at these children and get good looks at their faces, you know. And if you see anybody that resembles them, call the police. Call the police, report it, because you don't know. It could be them. Now some of these children, you know, would be adults right now. So, you know, you have to use your best judgment in that, you know. But like I said, yes, if someone looks familiar to you, call the police. If it's an adult, you know, you can approach them, you know, whatever you feel is best. But, you know, I like to make everyone aware that there's so many kids out here that are still missing and have not been found. So, y'all leave your comments and feedback below. If y'all would like to send me anything, please do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you like through Messenger. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link down below, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till the next time I talk to y'all, I love y'all and have a wonderful day.